Hello everyone and welcome to Table 1 Lab. To get started with this lab, you need to open Table 1 instructions. I will go ahead and do the same thing. And as usual, when we have a lab, we position the instructions file on the right side of the screen. And looking at what we have here, you will learn how to use access naming convention, how to create an access database, how to create a table, the difference between design view and datasheet view, how to use the input mask and input data in tables, create validation rules, and use the lookup wizard. To get started with this lab, you need to create a blank desktop database. So I will go ahead and go to the Metro view and then type access and then open the application. Once you open the application, make sure that you click on blank desktop database as it says in the instruction, and then save your database as table 1. You don't have to put the extension. Access will give you the default extension, which is .accdb. But if you for example, if I click here and then select database 1 and then type table 1, now you are keeping the extension. So if you keep it, that's fine. If you remove everything and then type table 1, that's fine too. The default location is under documents. You can change the location by clicking browse for a location to put your database. So this is totally up to you, but make sure when you save it, you know the location that you saved it in, and then click on create. Okay, it says here that I have a file with that name. Let me first go here. I will change. You don't have to do that because I already created this file from before. I will just give it a different name, and now when I go to access again and open it, click on create blank database. I will type table 1 and then click on create. Now I get the file, and this file is saved inside documents as table 1. In the instructions here, it says a change to datasheet view. So I will go back here, continue reading the instructions. It says here click design view. So I will go to the design view and then save the table as the naming convention for a table. You need to have a prefix TBL and then the table name. Alright, and then click on OK. Perfect. And then it says make sure that you add the following fields in the design view. The first field is product ID or product code, as you see in the instructions here. The data type is short text, and then press tab, and then it says here that the field size is 6. So you go to the section at the bottom of your table design here, and then locate field size and then type number 6 and then press enter. Required, make sure required it says yes, and make sure that the field is a primary key, which this field is a primary key. How do you know? Because I have the yellow key beside it. What if you don't have it? You just click on primary key here, and that will make it a primary key. It says make sure that the input mask has this value greater than LLL000. This means that you are expecting the user to input 3 letters and 3 digits, and the greater than means that all of the letters will be in uppercase. So LLL000, as you see here in the input mask, right? And then press enter. Now create a new field that's called description below product code. So I will type description below product code, and then the data type is short text. The field size, I need it to be 30 as you see in the instructions, and make sure it is required. So required is yes. One more field which is called price, and then the data type is currency, and required is yes. So now you know that there are two places that you can change the settings for your field design, adding the fields and add some characteristics for each field. It says here for the price, make sure that you have a validation rule that says greater than 15, greater than or equal to 15. So that means that the value that you expect the user to input must be greater than or equal to $15. The validation rule or the validation text here, it says that if the user inputs a value below $15, you display a text message or a dialog box to the user or an alert message saying that you have to input $15 or more. And then go ahead and save your table. Click on the save icon here. In data sheet view of table products, so you go to data sheet view and make sure that you input the values that you see in this image here. Okay, so I will give you a minute to input this value and I will do the same thing. So I already saved these input these values, so I will copy it from a previous database that I created, and then I will come here and then paste these values in here. So that's what you expect after you input the data or the records or the rows that you see in this image. Then you need to create a new table, so you go to create and then click on table. Make sure that you click on design view and call the table TBL. All of your tables must start with TBL prefix, which is short for table, and then the name of the table is category, and then click OK. You need only one field, which is called gender, and the data type is short text, and make sure that the field size is 10 and required is yes, and make sure it is a primary key. It is a primary key already. Save the table, make sure that you save it, and then it says here in datasheet view enter the values that you see in the instructions here. So I will enter men and then tab, and then I have women and then tab, I have girls and then tab, and then boys and then tab, and then babies. So men, women, girls, and then boys, and then babies. Perfect. And then tab. Alright, now items in table product must belong to an existing category, which means that you need to create a link between them. So to do that, you open the table product in design view. So you go to table products and then you change to design view, and then add a new field that is called gender. So I will create a foreign key to be able to link the two tables together, gender, and then I will have to make sure that the data type is called lookup wizard. So I will go to data type here and choose lookup wizard, and then make sure that you choose I want to lookup field to get values from another table. Click next, it choose table category, and then next click on this arrow here to add gender to the right side, and then click next, sort using the gender, and then click next, and then click on finish. It will tell you to save. I will click yes. Now it says here in the instructions, insert the gender field below product code field. So you need to click on gender, drag it to put it below product code, and then save, go to datasheet view, and then make sure that you update your table to match the values that you see in the second image here. So when you click on this table, remember you will see a drop down list here that you can choose. Why? Because you have a link between this table and the category table. So babies, and then I have women, another women, the second item, and then 2 girls, and then I have men, and then after men I have babies, after babies I have men again, men again. See, I'm just typing or pressing M on the keyboard, B, and that pulls it up. Perfect. Now make sure that you save it, save the table, and then close this table and close this table too, and then go to database tools, click on relationships, and look at the relationship. You did not create this relationship. This relationship was generated by Access. Why? Because you created the gender field as the data type of this field is lookup field, which means that you need to look up for the values in this field from another field in another table. That's why you are having this link here. Make sure that you save and then upload this file to Blackboard, and that takes us to the end of this lab. Thank you for listening and watching, and I'll see you in future labs. Bye bye everyone.